Welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips for getting started with meal planning on the right foot. My first tip is to set the bar low. Hear me out here. If you are currently eating out 6 nights a week and 1 night a week you're cooking spaghetti and dumping a jar of sauce over it, don't expect that your first week of meal planning is going to have you chopping vegetables and marinating meats every single night. It's not. Most of us go into meal planning with the idea that we want to cook at home more and cook more nutritious meals, cook delicious meals, maybe get a little more adventurous on nights when we can, but just do a little bit of that at a time. Don't try to start out where you would end up. Just make small improvements. You'll build momentum. Before you know it, you'll end up being closer to your goals. Number 2, when you're selecting your meals, balance familiarity and adventure. If you have some old standbys that you like to cook, definitely think about including one of those every week. And of course, you're going to want to try new recipes. And Pinterest is amazing, and there are a million recipes. Don't try all new recipes in 1 week. I've done that before, and sometimes, especially if you're getting them all from one place and you're so excited, but then for whatever reason, like maybe that chef likes more spice than you do, or more salt, or less spice, or less salt, and nothing's coming out quite right, everything's mushy, and you don't want a whole week like that. So be sure you include some old standbys and also branch out and try some new dishes. Number 3, and this is a big one, discover your tolerance for repetition. I tried to explain how I do meal planning at one point, and it was so complicated I never ended up posting it. I will set up 4 weeks worth of meals and then repeat that every 4 weeks. I'll set up my grocery list, and that repetition cycle works really well for us. Of course, there will be a few things you want to try something, add something in, something didn't work last time. You swap things out, it works. But at one time I had way too much repetition in my schedule. We had some variation of chili every Tuesday for maybe 2 months in a row, and we'll never eat chili again. So watch out. Don't overdo the repetition, but don't underdo it either. Once you find your sweet spot, capitalize on that. That way you don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time you sit down to meal plan. Number 4, choose delicious dishes. We almost all want to eat more healthfully. We want to use less processed food, more fresh food. That's great. Do that. But definitely look for dishes that feature your favorite ingredients and that you enjoy. If you're feeding anyone else, make sure they will enjoy it, because you will be way more motivated to keep going. When I was in my 20s, before I was a vegetarian, I was engaged to a guy who put ketchup on anything that I would cook. That was just what he did. But it made me feel like, you don't like it. You're just dumping ketchup on everything. I started cooking hamburger helper, even though I can cook better than that, but I wasn't motivated. So, well, that didn't work out. It's fine. But on the other hand, my daughter loves to eat different vegetables. She loves to experiment with things. She especially loves roasted vegetables. So I'm super motivated to include those in my meal planning. And then she's like, "This is great, Mom." But even if you're only cooking for yourself, definitely go for things that you will enjoy. Way more motivating. Number 5, and I saved the biggest for last, guard against comparison flu. When you're looking for meal planning ideas, you're going to probably be looking at food blogs, you're going to be looking at Pinterest. My favorite app to use is actually Yumly, and I would be happy to talk more about how I use it. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to show you. The great thing about it is it just pulls in recipes from different blogs and things, but it can make your grocery list for you, which is awesome. I sometimes mark things in Pinterest, but I love if they're available in Yumly. I love using that to create my final meal plan and grocery list. It's great. But as you're looking at these resources, they are showing you what went well at the things they are good at. Don't compare everything you do to the best day that someone had at something that they're really into. You are not going to create a beautiful beef bourguignon entirely out of cauliflower next week. At least I'm not. There's someone who probably did. It was healthy. It probably had no sodium. It was vegan. It had 1,000,000 grams of protein and no fat and whatever, and it was amazing and marvelous. And don't hold yourself to anyone else's standards. Just meet it where you are. look for small improvements, and go from there. If you're new to my channel, click subscribe below. See you tomorrow!